everyone. Just waiting on Blake. I'm a few minutes early. Hi, Paprika. Thanks for coming in. Welcome to Just Wing It with Blake and Jamie. We're just waiting on Blake. But again, I'm a little early. Well, thanks for coming. Of course, Paprika. What did you eat tonight? Hi, Dee Dee. Thanks for coming in. What did you guys eat? Anything good? I had macaroni and cheese, sloppy Joe mixed TV dinner thingy. Hi, Ken. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. I had a salad and Morningstar Farms chicken. Oh, yum. And you had some Filipino food today. Sounds really good, you guys. Yeah, I needed something different than the hotel food. So I went and got it just since this is my last week here, I just got a couple TV dinners for the week, and that one was the macaroni and cheese with sloppy joes mixed in there or something like that. Oh, it's 7 o'clock now. Hopefully Blake is coming shortly. He texted me at 6:30. Are we not going up? I'm like, oh crap, what time zone am I in? And I'm like, it's not 7 yet. So he must have went and done something for a little bit and waited till 7. Uh, I'm on. I've been here since the end of February, and my contract is ended, so now I have a new contract in Florida, and I start Monday. So Friday's my last day here, and I start Monday on my new assignment. The good news is I got an assignment, so can. Yeah, so I'll be a little bit about 40 minutes north of Tampa is where I'll be on my new assignment. Yeah, pretty much paprika. Well, it's technically they hire me to fix things while until they hire the person that will take my spot. And as soon as they hire the person to fix my spot or to fill my spot, then then that's when my contract is done. I'm usually like the fill-in when someone quits and they have a vacancy, they bring me in to keep everything going and fix everything. And then when they hire their permanent person, I'm on to the next place. Oh, thank you, Paprika. I appreciate that. Hi, Tamika. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. I think just by a couple posts, the Celtics won, so Blake should be in a good mood. But we'll have to verify when he comes in. Not that I mean, he's always in a good mood, but he's going to be in a happier mood. What are you all doing this weekend? Anything special? I'm going to be really busy trying to make sure everything's packed up by tomorrow night. Leave Friday, drive all the way to Georgia with my car packed, have Ken unpack my car. Saturday morning, go swap vehicles, come back, have Ken load my car back up, and then drive to Florida on Saturday, get there Saturday night, and then Sunday I can unpack and get ready for my first day on Monday. So it's going to be a crazy weekend. But I got half my car packed right now. I just got to pack the rest of this room up. Yes, sounds like you have a busy weekend, honey. Yes, you do. Uh, there's- you can be an ASS sometimes, honey. Smart Alec. Uh, it's it's hard, paprika. But I guess that's what keeps me going. If I stop, I might slow down myself down. Oh, thank you, paprika. Appreciate that. Yeah, and Ken is going to. We got to get his surgery scheduled so he can have his hip done. So hopefully he won't be in pain anymore and he can go on walks with me again. Because there's a lot of times we go home or I go home and I want to go for a walk around our property and he's like, I can't do that today. I'm just in too much pain. So I can't wait till he can have his surgery and heal and then he can walk. Wow, Blake is really late. Wonder what's going on. Let me make sure the link went through. Hold on, you guys. Yeah, it looks like it sent. Sometimes with my phone, it doesn't like to send messages and I have to restart it. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend is just trying to move and get to Florida. What are you guys going to be doing this weekend? And as soon as Blake gets in here, we'll be reviewing Good Will Hunting. Just chilling, Dee Dee? Yes, they do. I think you're right. They probably do design the phones to fail. I'm not even at my 2 year mark yet to upgrade, and I'm constantly having to restart my phone. I'll be talking to Ken or anybody, and um, all of a sudden, like it'll just go bloop, and then it won't let me dial out, so I have to restart my phone and call them back. It's like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. One time I was on a call with a work phone, work call, and it did it. I'm like, come on. Mm. So, I like those just chilling weekends too, Dee Dee. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm doing nothing this weekend. I usually do that when I'm in the hotel, just do nothing but, well, actually, I try to do quite a bit of filming, but then I also do watch my homework because I like to be ahead of the game for like when I'm for weekends like this when I'm gonna be just moving and everything and can still upload videos. Oh my goodness, it's getting late for me. And it's actually early. It's only 7 here. I wonder what happened to Blake because he texted me at 6:30 asking me if we're going up. I said, "Yeah, it's not 7 o'clock yet." Ken, can you text him and make sure he's okay? Like, hopefully nothing happened. So while we're waiting on him, what did you guys think of the movie? He's probably watching Good Will Hunting. Yeah. Did everyone get to watch it or? I thought it was a good movie. It wasn't too long, but it was a little bit longer than like a typical movie, but it was a lot shorter than like Braveheart and some of these other ones that we watched. I watched it a long time ago, like probably when it first came out, probably, I don't know. But and so I couldn't really remember everything, and so it was a good remembrance. because I couldn't remember the ending. I don't know if I really liked the ending though. I think they could have done a little bit better with the ending. Can do you remember? Was it based off a true story or was it just a movie? If Blake was in here, he'd know. Today is Wednesday, right? Yeah. Okay, it is Wednesday. Oh, you're not sure on that? If it was, I don't know, some of those like really good like movies like that seem to be like true stories, like based off a true story. Hmm. So Monday, my coworkers, my one coworker threw a going away party for me um, on Monday at her house, and so everybody went there after work. And her husband made some steak tacos. Oh, they were so good. And then he made this like, and you could put it in your taco or just eat it. It was a pineapple grilled with honey on it, and I don't know if he put something else on it. It was actually really good. Yeah, there are a lot of good movies that make you think in a different perspective. Yeah. Like it's so weird, that it's like, and that's why like this movie actually is a great example of what I teach at the hospital. So part of my Lean Six Sigma training that I do for people at the hospital, which is all the it's a performance improvement methodology to try to get people to be able to drill down to figure out what the actual cause of the issue is and put a solution in place. So in that training, I always say one of the waste that people do is not using people to their full potential. And I always use the example, I'm like, what about if there's a housekeeper that is good with Excel or good with the project and you don't know because you think that they're just all they do is clean the rooms and but they have other skills. So learn what your employees' skill sets are so you can tap into them for something else, not just doing what they do for their job. So everybody has a job to do, but there's a lot of people who have different skill sets than just that job. And this is a prime example of what I teach. And I actually give that exact example. And I wasn't even, obviously, I never thought of this movie, but now I'm gonna give an example of this movie. Like here he's a janitor and everybody just kind of passes him over, but he's this genius who can solve um equations that people took 2 years. They said that in that one part of the movie, it takes 2 years to for somebody to solve that one equation and he just wrote it up on the board. It's like holy cow. Yeah, a team always needs the effort and opinions of their teammates. Yes, exactly. And if you don't utilize everybody because you might think you're better than somebody just because you have that initial behind your name, then you're losing that perspective. So, and that's what I always try to keep in my mind is that, um, you know, just because somebody is a doctor or somebody is a housekeeper or one of the food um, dietitian or dietary people who brings the food to the patients, they have that's not all they know how to do. That's just their job. So I don't care who you are, you're not any better than anybody. And we need every single person in that hospital is very crucial to make sure that the patients get the care they need. We need the housekeepers to clean the rooms uh, so they don't get infections and the hospital stay clean. We need the dietary people to bring their food to them so they can heal and they can eat and don't get hangry because people can get hangry if you don't feed them. So everybody's critical. It's not just the doctors. So, well, and before we get too more involved into the movie, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I haven't either. I'm a little nervous because, like I said, he was like calling me out at 6:30. So let's do a little trivia until we can, because I don't want to like get too um reviewing the movie until he gets in. So let's do a couple trivia questions. What endangered primates attract animal lovers and poachers to a Central African preserve called Parcs des Volcans? What endangered primates attract animal lovers and poachers to a Central African preserve called Parcs des Volcans? Ooh, um, close. I'll give it to you because it's a mountain gorilla, which is not, I think is, I don't know how different it is from the silverback. I don't know the difference in the gorillas. What term does Penny Lane prefer instead of groupie in the movie Almost Famous? That's a weird one. I've never seen the movie, but that's a weird term that she'd prefer over groupie. What term does Penny Lane prefer instead of groupie in the movie Almost Famous? Today is Wednesday, right, Ken? My days are all mixed up. Oh, there he is, you guys. I was getting worried about you, Blake.
I'm sorry. Something came up I had to take care of. I'm
I can't hear
super
you.
hot. Can you hear
Wait,
me
hold
now?
on. It might be my phone. Hold on. No, it's not my phone.
I can hear you.
Okay, try again. Blake, are you on
Hello?
mute?
Testing? Testing? Hello? I can hear you.
Oh, can you guys hear Blake? Oh, shoot. Then it's mine. Uh,
Hey,
uh,
Tamika. Hey, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
oh my goodness. I don't know if I go out. Hold on.
Testing?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello? I can hear you. Yes. Yes, I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay, I shut off the Bluetooth. Usually you can't hear me if I'm on the Bluetooth, but I don't know why
Can
it must not be
Can you
connecting.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So
Okay.
we're good.
Okay. Sorry.
How?
I had to take care of something.
Oh. That's okay. I was keeping everybody in the chat. I started a couple questions with trivia. Okay, anyway, the last question, you guys, was Band-Aid. Band-Aid. Okay, I only did 2 questions. I started talking about the movie, but I didn't want to do more without you.
I appreciate it. Sorry, guys. I just something that came up I had to take care of real quick.
That's all right. I'm like, well, he knows because he was asking me at 6:30, and well, I'm like, wait. I'm thinking, am I on the right time zone? Where am I?
Sorry, my bad, my
Oh, no
fault.
problem.
But
So tell us what you thought about the movie.
oh man, um, you go first. I need to catch myself. I'm all over the place right now. So you go first.
Okay, so I was telling them like I I always preach to my whenever I do training at the hospital that don't overlook people's skill sets. Just because they're a housekeeper, that doesn't mean that's just what they do, or a dietary or a doctor or whatever. That everybody has different skill sets. And this was a prime example in this movie where here's this janitor and everybody's kind of like overlooking him, and here he solves an equation that they've been trying to figure out for 2 years, where these are top MIT people can't even figure it out, and he goes and just writes it on the board, and but yet he's this guy that is in trouble with the law and everything else, and it's like he would be in jail if it wasn't for them figuring out he's super smart and um putting him through therapy and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good take. Uh, I think this is a story showing you that no matter how intelligent, brave, smart you may be, your roots are kind of inlaid into you that it's hard to rewire what you're used to, and uh, I don't know. I think it's more of a story about childhood trauma. Like I feel like this is to me this is like the beginning of wokeness. Okay, like we try to figure out this guy who's super up. He's always in some trouble. He doesn't seem to have any real drive with his life. Uh, Yet he has so much potential. So just trying to figure that out. That they come to figure out that this kid's an orphan. He's been beat a lot, and it kind of like I don't know, he almost dove into being intelligent as a he built walls. He didn't want to be hurt by somebody that he's let in, which has already happened to him before. That's what the story morally is. It's a love story. It's a story about a girl.
Yep.
That's what I see.
Ken says this was a deep movie which forces you to realize everyone is broken somehow and just have to find the connection to free yourself. Absolutely. Hi, Dee Dee. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, everybody has their even I mean, and you see this even with Robin Williams' character, the doc. He has his own battles. He tells him while he's sitting on the park bench, he says, I stayed up almost all night thinking about what you told me. So like he pondered on what this kid had told him, like, and while the representation may have been true, he doesn't know anything about what he's talking about because he's never experienced it himself. And so that's where the doctor and the intelligent man, like, we obviously this young man is way more intelligent than he is, but this man has all this experience that brings them to the same level. So I think if not, the experience is even higher. You know what I mean? So um, it's a opportunity for him to be vulnerable around somebody that genuinely just wants to, figure him out. You know, he doesn't want to hurt him. He wants to be there for him.
Yeah, it was very emotional, and he even said, "Yeah, okay, you're gonna quote Shakespeare, you're gonna quote this person or whatever, and you're gonna say this or that. But have you actually ever experienced this or that?" So he even like called him out on, "Okay, you're extremely smart and you can
Yeah,
quote everything, but that doesn't mean you know what you're talking about."
yeah, exactly. He said, you know, if I asked you about Michelangelo, you could tell me everything about his life. You could tell me everything he's painted. And then he says, but I bet you can't tell me what the Sistine Chapel smells like, you know, because you've never actually experienced it. You've never done it yourself. I bet you, if I asked you about war, you would probably tell me, you know, you would quote the this or that, but you've never held your dying brother's head in his lap, asking you for help. You've never, if I asked you about a love story, I mean, that was my favorite part of the whole movie. Honestly, that to me that was the most rewatchable scene from him meeting the doctor to him talking to him the next morning about you know what he doesn't know, because it affected him. It really did. You see that because he stayed up all night drinking whiskey. Excuse me. So, um, the story, while his description of the man in the boat may be true and he can visually see it, he'll never know what that's like because he was never willing to love somebody as much as he loved himself.
Absolutely. And you know, the, I have to give it a 3.9, and only because at the end he goes, he goes for the girl. He goes to see the girl. But it doesn't. I wish it would have like said like he's going to see the girl at Stanford, but now he solved this equation and he won the Nobel Prize and he gets the girl or something. Not okay, he didn't
That's what you
take
wanted. You
these
wanted to see?
jobs. Yeah, I wanted to see what happens with him, not just that he went to go see the girl and
Well,
that's
there
it.
was a there was so that there was a talk, like, I don't know if you know the background. Let's talk about before we dive into that, let's talk about the background of this movie for a second, so we can get to that. This movie didn't really have a screenwriter. There's a lot of people. If you don't recall or know, this movie took forever to get made, over 3 years to get somebody to produce it. And Harvey Weinstein, is actually the one who ended up producing it. But it just took so long. This movie it is. I bet you it is. There's somewhere in Boston law in the city, like this movie has to be on a copy in your house somewhere or something. If you live in Boston, like it's just so. It, I, they filmed most of the movie there. It was written about it. There's so many quirks about it. This is totally a Matt Damon and Ben Affleck movie. They wrote a lot of the ad lib for it. When Robin Williams is talking about his wife used to fart in her sleep, that wasn't in the script. He ad libbed all that. That was super funny. Um, that's why Matt Damon was laughing so funny, because I mean so hysterically, because it wasn't in the script. He ad libbed that. That was great. We just saw so much genius out of him, and that's why he ultimately won the Oscar. But
Yes,
the
Ken says
background,
the.
like I said, the
Oh,
go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, Ken says the drive that Robin had to never give up on a troubled soul was amazing. Even his best trouble making friend told him to skate. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as far as me personally, I feel like I can really relate to this man, because I feel like I have a lot of potential that I'm not willing to use on that. I feel like, he was talking about there's honor in doing these things. You're providing a service or something. You're doing something for someone else, and there's honor behind that. I see that 100%. But, then you start to realize, well, in this man's case, he's doing the world a disfavor because he's so intelligent. He's like telling him, he's throwing this stuff at him. You know, this is easy for me, and you're picking through it. You're not sure. This is easy. I promise you. Like I can do any of this, and so he's really just not living up to his potential that he has, and that's what the whole moral of the story is. I don't really. You say you wanted to see that. Honestly, I just love that it was a love story, man. He went and he became vulnerable, and not only that, he was willing to do the extra to go and see her. But I have a take, okay? I have a take on this part. I don't think that she takes him back because he looked her straight in the eyes and said, "I don't love you." How do you not have like some deep like, I don't I'm over this now. You told me to my face you don't love me. So I don't know
Oh,
if I can love
girls
you
get
anymore.
over that. She took him back. I just want to know what he ended
You
up
think
doing for a
so?
job.
Oh, he did something. There's so much fallback. Like that. I mean, she would be dumb not to be with him. But honestly, I don't think so. I don't think. Uh, uh, and then Mork and Mindy. That's awesome. Yeah, he totally was.
Yeah. Um, this was Matt Damon's best role, I think. Dee Dee says, and Ken's like, yeah, ad-libbing is how he landed Mork and Mindy. I did not know that. He finally opens up and
I
puts himself out there. Yep,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
say Matt Damon's best role was The Martian, where he was stuck on Mars by himself. He did so good in that movie. That's just man, it's hard to top that.
I haven't
Him
seen
at
that movie in a long time either.
Ocean's 11, he did really good in Ocean's 11.
He's done a lot
Um,
of really good ones.
yeah, it's hard to really put a pin on what's the best Matt Damon. This is certainly up there. This it's the best Boston accent of all time.
I,
Nobody did a
I
better
wonder if
Boston accent.
you know who they should have put in that role? Mark Wahlberg, because
Um,
he is from
that
Boston.
that would have been totally true. That's totally true. This is the same year, but I think he was doing Boogie Nights at the same time, so it didn't work out for him. But I totally could see him being in that role. Absolutely, yeah. Uh, Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt were cast for the roles as well,
Oh, they
which this is
were.
a totally different movie. Yeah, they were cast. It's a totally different movie though, so I don't see it. I don't see it.
No, I can't. I think it would. Matt Damon would fit in this role better than those two.
Yeah,
So they
yeah. The
picked a good
Bourne
one.
movies are good too, Ken. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
that um if I'm gonna give this movie a rating, I'm just gonna go 3.5 because I feel it's I think the one scene, I mean two things I'll give it. One, it's too long. There's probably 20-25 minutes that we could cut out of this movie and it still is good. Um, Number two, the just the whole crying it's not your fault scene that turned me off. I didn't need to see that. It was too touchy, way too uh it was overacted. I didn't need to see that to understand their relationship. He could have just gave him a fucking excuse me, he could have excuse me, he could have just gave him a freaking hug and said it's not your fault, man, and he'd been like, yeah, I know. You're right. Thank you for this, that, and that would have been enough for me. But we had this, you know, 2-3 minute draw out that it was too much acting.
Well, that I think they needed to keep some of it in. Maybe not as many. That's not your. It's not your fault. But I get why he was doing it because people will say, I know," but they don't really know. And then I think that's what finally broke him enough to accept Robin Williams. I think that was like the one scene that really got him. But I agree,
Right,
he
right.
didn't have to say it that many times.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like we could have alleviated that by him just like going up and embracing him with a hug and a slight tear or something like that. Maybe if we could have done that, that would have alleviated all that just it was just too much, you know. It was fake to me. I didn't believe it. It was the worst part of the movie for me, honestly. It was that portion of it. I didn't believe it. I was turned off of it. It was too lovey-dovey for me to believe.
Dee says 3.52. Why do you say that, Dee? And Ken says I have to give the highest because of the message I got out of it.
Yeah,
Again, a
four,
slight
four.
tear. Yeah, a slight tear.
That, but tell me you don't get the same, like, it's Dame, I mean, it's good. I mean, it's Will Hunting. He's the one who embraces the doc, not him. It's not the doctor, you know, he's the one who goes up to him. Uh, and yeah, Wilma, just some of the scenes in this movie we could have cut out. We didn't need, like him at the very beginning. He's in the courtroom. We could have cut that courtroom scene in half and it still could have got the same message. Okay, this man's extremely brilliant. We see that. We could have, it just drug out too long right there. I felt
Yeah.
plenty spots we could have chopped them in half. We still have the exact same movie, no problem.
I have to agree. It wasn't as long as Braveheart, but it was long.
Yeah. Yeah, like Braveheart, we definitely needed to chop some out of there because it's just too long. That was good movie, just too long. So, but man, I would have loved to seen a spin-off of this, a part two where he goes like CIA or something, because that
And
was
he's with the
supposed to be a
girl.
second. Yes, that was supposed to be a part two. You know, that was the screenwrite, was that he ends up working for the CIA, believe it or not. And but I just, it's crazy to me that all the stuff that he talked about, and it makes perfect sense. It still weighs true to this day, even almost 30 years later.
Oh, Paprika gives it a 3. Why that, Paprika? Yeah, Ken says if we cut all the
That's
long
a
stuff,
fair
it's
grade. It's just a weeknight show.
yeah, 2 parts of the movies would be too much. Yeah.
I didn't
Well, I
know
mean,
that. I know Miramax was the company that funded this. This was their first big huge hit, and then they did a bunch of other movies like Scream and the Jay and Silent Bob series. They a few movies like that.
yeah.
A lot of
So,
Corkies.
this is your new house?
Yeah, I'm in it right now. Yeah, I'm in my little room. I don't want to show it off yet because it's all dirty and we haven't finished yet. But as soon as it is, I will give you guys the walkthrough.
And you have some other news to share?
Oh yeah, I got engaged. Everybody got engaged, and we closed on the house. The Celtics won the NBA Finals. Boop, boop, boop,
Ooh,
boop. Yep. Celtics win it all,
congratulations.
guys. It's just been a great week. You know, today was awful. I was super irritated this morning, but nonetheless, we're all right. We made it.
Oh, that's good. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you,
So,
thank you.
um, yes, life is great. So, yeah, life is popping in Texas, yeah. Um, what movie do you guys want to review next week?
Man, it's got to be a goodie. Are we
My
gonna stay on these emotional movies? Are we gonna take a
my
turn?
my one friend said Falling, and I can't remember what that's about. He kind of told me, but I can't remember what that's about. Do you know what that is?
Falling. Um,
Or Fallen? No, not Fallen. Falling? I think it's Falling.
is it a movie about these two girls that climb a tower?
I don't think it's that one.
and, and they get stuck up there.
I don't think it's that one.
That movie was pretty good. It was intense, but yeah, I only watched that one
Ken,
time.
text Nathan and ask him which movie that was that he was telling me to review. Falling.
I don't know.
But anyway, what does our friends doing that? What does everybody else think?
You know, we've have we done any uh Adam Sandler movies yet? What about
Yeah,
Tom
Click.
Cruise?
We did
Oh
Click.
yeah. What about Tom Cruise?
No Tom Cruise, but Jerry Maguire was good.
Oh, great movie. Show me the money. Uh,
Congratulations times 3, Paprika says. Yeah, show
thank you,
me
thank you.
that money.
Mhm.
You had me at hello. Those are the two famous lines out there. Casablanca.
That's an old movie.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's a movie from the 40s. It's a love story.
How do you know about
Uh,
this and I don't then? If it's a love story.
I'm a movie head.
Oh, that's true. Gone with the Wind. That is the classic. It, I don't know.
Gone with the
I don't
Wind
think
was the first movie ever made in color.
and I don't think I've ever seen that
Was it
movie.
Gone with the Wind or was it The Sound of Music? It was either The Sound of Music or Gone with the Wind that was the first movie ever in color. And I can't
So
remember.
far we have Gone with the Wind and Casablanca. And Saving
I vote Jerry
Private Ryan.
Maguire. Oh wait, we did have. Oh wait, no, we just did a Matt Damon movie. We can't do that back to back. We don't do back to backs around here.
Saving Private Ryan. We already did it.
I vote. How about Rain Man, dude? What a movie! Rain Man is such a good movie,
Rain,
and I
and
would
that's Tom
love
Cruise and
to
Dustin
review it.
Hoffman. Yeah. What
Yes,
about
Dustin
Rain?
Hoffman's greatest role. I vote Rain Man. If anybody's behind me on that, Tom Cruise, Dustin Hoffman. If you've never seen it, it's such a good movie.
Is everyone okay with Rain Man?
One for
Making me a
bad, two for good.
Okay.
We
Dee Dee
got one
says, "Yep."
good for one. Didi gives you the yes. What about anybody else?
Oh,
Ken
Ken
gives
says,
us a yes for Rain Man. Anybody else? Let's get one more yes for Rain Man before we give it an okay. Come on, guys. Somebody else. If you don't know Rain Man, you're missing out, and this is an opportunity to catch up on a true cinema classic. And this is another movie about a very intelligent man. I mean, honestly, if you think about it,
"Yep."
he's not he's certainly not dumb.
But people
So
think he is because of his disability, and then they're like, "Wait,
his
what?"
social yeah
Yep.
his social abilities make him seem very unintelligent while he is extremely intelligent.
Yep.
So come on, guys, give me one more for Rain Man. Anybody? Can I get a yes on it? Can I get a yes on the Rain Man? Oh, another thing about this movie, we were talking about ad libs at the end of the movie. Um, uh, whenever he's reading the Robin Williams, he's reading the letter. It says, "I got to go see about a girl." Yeah, he says, "Son of a bitch, he stole my line." That was ad libbed. He was just supposed to read it, smile, and walk away. That was the script, and
Ah,
uh, but he's so good. His craft was amazing. He could just throw anything in there and make it work. And uh,
I know
What
one.
an actor.
I know a couple versions of Mary Poppins were in color. I don't know if there was a black and white one too. I don't know, but I know there's quite a few
I think
versions
it
of
was
that.
the Mary Poppins was in color. I believe so.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
him explaining like the ticket, you know, how he didn't go to the game because he met that girl.
Paprika says
Pride Heart
2.
Rainbow Philly, Pride Heart Rainbow Philly.
Hi, Joshua. Thanks for coming in.
I didn't know
I,
that.
I don't think
But
that's a bot or a troll. I don't think it is, but we'll keep an eye on it.
I
I
don't know what
think
that
he's
means.
been in here before. I think
I'm
Joshua's
not
been
sure.
here before. Oh, it's only in color. Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what Didi says. Okay, so we got our movie for next week, Rain Man, you guys. But do you think
Sweet.
we could start early? Because next week I'll start being in Florida, which will be in the Eastern time. Would you be able to do 6 o'clock your time instead? Do an hour early or no?
That would be cutting it pretty close. What about 6:30?
Okay, 6:30.
Yeah, we could do
That would be a
6:30.
little bit better because I'm an old lady. I gotta get my beauty sleep.
Oh, whatever. Hush up now.
Okay, next week
That's
six
funny.
thirty, you guys,
Rain
instead of
Man, Rain Man.
7. So we'll do 6:30 and
Mhm.
Central Time. I should preface that Central Time. Okay, let me finish this card so I can know I can get rid of this card. All right, there's 4 questions, and then we'll do the riddle, and then whose birthday did Vegas casino owner Ralph Engelstad hold parties for to earn a $1.5 million fine in 1998 from the Nevada Gaming Board?
The
And Mary
Bellagio.
Poppins, huh?
The Bellagio.
No. Whose birthday did Vegas casino owner Ralph Engelstad hold parties for to earn a $1.5 million fine in 1998 from the Nevada Gaming Board? So it's a person.
Mike Tyson.
No.
Donald Trump. Michael Jordan.
Some awful,
Dennis Rodman.
awful, no, some awful, awful man that um, nobody likes.
Is it O.J. Simpson? An awful, awful man that nobody
Adolf
likes.
Hitler.
In 1997?
1998. Whose birthday did they hold parties for?
Wow.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know
wild.
why they would do that. But anyway, what country is home to the publishing giant that owns Random House and Bantam Doubleday Dell? What country is home to the publishing giant that owns Random House and Bantam Doubleday Dell?
I don't know this one.
Well, not Russia.
Ain't that America?
Any other guesses? It's Germany.
Hmm.
How many channels are assigned in the FM radio band? 60, 80, or 100? Not 80,
Probably. I want to say 60.
not 60. It's
Oh, then it's
100.
100.
Okay, you got to know this one. This is the sports question. Yeah, 30, Paprika. What cornerback went 3 for 3 in his first Major League Baseball game in 4 years on May 1st, 2001?
Tim Tebow?
No.
Oh wait, no, 2001.
I think
He's a quarterback?
what cornerback
Cornerback.
went 3 for 3 in his first Major League Baseball game in 4 years on May 1st, 2001?
Deion Sanders?
Yes. How did you know that?
Because that's my boy, Neon Deion, Dallas Cowboy. Played for the Cowboys and the Falcons, and while he was playing football, he was also playing baseball. He and
I was
Bo
going to say, I
Jackson are
thought
the
he
only
played
ones
for
to
the
do
Detroit
that.
Lions.
No, you're thinking Barry Sanders.
Oh. Well, I thought he was football and all that good stuff.
Neon Deion.
Okay,
He's Coach Prime. He's the one who's coaching Colorado right now.
Oh. Okay,
Prime
you guys.
time.
Let me get the riddle.
Riddle it up. I'm sorry I'm late, everybody. Again, I had every intention of being here on time, and it just did not happen.
Oh, it's perfectly fine.
You know I did because I texted you.
I know, right? Okay. What did the mother worm say to the little worm when they were late? What
I
did
don't
the
know the answer.
mother worm say to the little worm when they were late? Ken, make sure you get the quote, please. A little wiggle. That's a good one. That's a good answer. That's not the answer though. It's a good one. Any other guesses? The answer
A big
is
wiggle.
the answer is, where on earth have you been?
Oh my goodness. These are getting
All right.
cornier and cornier by the second.
And Tamika comes in with the answer. Good job,
Where on
Tamika.
earth have you been?
All right. Any last words, Blake?
Man, if you got to see about a girl, go see about a girl. Don't waste your potential. Be the full person that you possibly can, because it's worth it. That's
Awesome. Awesome quote, Blake, and thank you everyone for being interactive. It really helps us out and stay successful and keep going. And remember, you're all beautiful inside and out. Don't let anyone make you think differently. And the quote of the night comes from Anne Sexton. It doesn't matter who my father was, or matters who I thought he was, or it matters who I thought he was. I can't read tonight. All right. It doesn't
it.
matter who my father was. It matters who I thought he was. So
Yeah,
great quote.
that's a good
Thank
one.
you, Ken. You'll remember this time change. Thank you, Paprika. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Bye.
See ya.